Hi, I'm Caleb Froedge, and you're listening to Verse by Verse. Is deep-rooted sinful behavior automatically passed down from generation to generation? Are we simply bound to repeat the sins and traditions that came before us? In the Gospel of Matthew, Jesus taught a powerful principle: leave all and follow Him, including stepping away from mistaken examples, even long-held family traditions, if they don't align with God's truth. Today, there are many who believe that the Sabbath is optional, or that it can be kept on any day that one chooses. However, this is not based upon the example that Jesus Christ set for us to follow. It's not backed up scripturally either, but really it's based upon man's traditions and teachings that have in turn become family traditions as well. Jesus Christ, who is the same yesterday, today, and forever, is also Lord of the Sabbath, and He set the example for us to follow, which is respecting and honoring holy time that has been set apart by God on the seventh day of the week. But what is one to do? In this modern age, with most considering the Sabbath as an optional blessing, should one follow Christ and potentially lose their job because they don't work on Saturdays? What if it's a family business? Should you offend your family? This scenario could cause an individual to really evaluate some major crossroads. Do I follow Jesus Christ, or do I follow the traditions of men? Part of sincerely following Jesus Christ includes counting the costs, and sometimes that cost includes stepping away from something that we've always known, or something that really feels comfortable to us. Let's look at our verse for today, Matthew 19 and verses 27 through 29. Then Peter answered and said to him, "See, we have left all and followed you. Therefore, what shall we have?" So Jesus said to them, "Assuredly I say to you, that in the regeneration, when the Son of Man sits on the throne of His glory, you who have followed me will also sit on 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. And everyone who has left houses, or brothers, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my name's sake, shall receive 100-fold and inherit eternal life." There are a couple of things to consider when reading these verses. 1, Christ speaks here of a future regeneration, a time of restoration when He returns, and this involves future change from prior teachings. The Greek word regeneration found in verse 28, according to Thayer's Greek lexicon, is palegenesia, and it means moral renovation, regeneration, the production of new life consecrated to God, or a radical change of mind for the better. There is a coming time when Jesus Christ will return, and there will be a physical and spiritual restoration that will take place. It will be a time when incorrect teachings will be exposed and thus unlearned. Mankind will unlearn the way of war and hatred and will learn the way of love and peace. In Isaiah 2 and verse 4 it says, "He shall judge between the nations and rebuke many people. They shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war any more." What an incredible blessing that will come about in the future. Wrong values will be unlearned, and this is coming in the future at the return of Jesus Christ. However, there is also opportunity for some to change their lives today, and this also is incredible as we consider the blessings that are bestowed for those who change today and make those right choices today. In verse 29, it says, "And everyone who has left houses or brothers or sisters or father or mother or wife or children or lands for my name's sake shall receive 100-fold and inherit eternal life." There's great reward for those who follow Christ now, and that is because the change needed for today is very challenging. But as challenging as it may be, this verse also reminds us that it is possible to break free from wrong patterns, even from the closest sources. As difficult as it may be, there are blessings to be understood in that God does provide us an opportunity to depart from generational mistakes. We aren't just doomed to repeat the same mistakes of the past. There is an opportunity that involves a choice to follow Christ when God the Father draws one to Jesus Christ at the appropriate time. So the question today, for those that God is drawing to Jesus Christ right now, it isn't what have you inherited through your physical families. The question is, which way will you choose? Because through Jesus Christ, the one who is the way, the truth, and the life, the past doesn't have to define the future.
Verse by Verse is a Life, Hope, and Truth podcast. Check out the show notes to find more free content, like videos, articles, and booklets in our Learning Center.